Yeah, all right, guys. Good morning. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. Good morning, guys. Kindly confirm if you can hear me. Please drop a one in the chat if you can hear me. Drop a one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, great, great, great. Great, good, 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 good. All right, guys. So let's get right into this. I've spent some 8 minutes already. Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to T Billion Forex Academy. If you're new here, my name is Timothy, aka T Billion. And this is our weekly live market analysis and trading session where we break down the forex markets step by step in a very practical and structured way. Okay, we hold this session every Monday and Wednesday by 9:00 a.m. West African time. And our primary focus is XAUUSD gold, followed by other forex pairs you request in the chat. Okay, the goal of this session is to shape and sharpen your understanding of the smart money concepts, which includes order blocks, market structure, liquidity zones, price action, and how you can properly, read market structure, identify key order block zones and liquidity areas. Okay, and most importantly, of course, how you can effectively apply this in a real market, situation. All right, whether you're a newbie or an intermediate trader or a professional trader, stay glued to this session as we'll follow, a very clear top-down analysis process. All right. So before we get right into today's analysis, let's do a quick recap. Let's look at what market has been doing since our last, session. So if you remember, during our previous analysis, if you remember during our previous analysis, we marked out these zones as our key area of interest. These zones, we marked out these zones as our key area of interest. Let me zoom in so you guys can see my screen. All right, so these are the zones we marked out as our key area of interest, but unfortunately, price did not, get to these extreme zones. Gold has been bullish. It has been bullish from all this while. Okay, so price didn't get to this zone, right? And just like I said in our last session, that of course we don't know what price will do in the future. So what you need basically is to understand the core concepts behind identifying your key order block zones, so that when new candles or new price what's it called structures are printed in the charts, you can follow suit to identify your zones, then wait for price to tap your zones, and you take your entries, be it using um risk entry model, what's it called, model, or you use the confirmation entry model. I've explained this many times, when you should use risk entry and when to use the confirmation entry. Okay, so back to what we did. Like I said earlier, price didn't get to these extreme zones. So let me take them out real quick. Okay. But then still we're able to make money from this from subsequent price structure. Okay, so let me just take these guys out quickly. Of course, price might still get to the zone in the future, but then gold has been on a bullish run. So, all right, so let's look at these zones that price was able to, you know, get to quickly. I want us to be fast so we can work with our 1 hour, what's it called, timeline or time frame. Okay, so this is it. Now, this was also part of the zones we marked in our last session, and as you can see, price tapped into the zone and went straight to our take profit level, right? Now, after that session, of course, when new candles were printed on the charts and new structures, were created, we're able to mark out these other block zones, right? I shared this trade on my private WhatsApp group for my students, right? And of course, I'm able to, make a good, money from this setup, right? And there's some other setup which I didn't, draw on the charts that we took. You know, I just sometimes I just do my analysis right there on MT5, without coming to trading view. So I do that sometimes, especially when I'm trading lower time frames like, the 5 minutes time frame when I'm trying to, mark out my other blocks on the 5 minute time frame, or sometimes even 3 minutes and as low as 1 minute time frame. I just do those quick scalp on MT5 without having to, you know, go to trading view to mark out these zones. But for this particular one, I marked this out on trading view and I shared with my students on our private WhatsApp group. Okay, so let's analyze this trade and why we took this trade. Okay, so look at it. It's quite straightforward and it follows the same other block principles that I have been, teaching us. Okay, so this is it. On the 5M, the 5 minute time frame, we're able to identify this order block. Look at it. It met all of the criteria of a valid order block zone, which includes the imbalance. Of course, you can see this big momentum candle. Okay, of course, we have our fair value gap here, which is this little fair value gap here, FVG. Okay, and again, price created an inducement. In fact, this gave me a you know, this was an additional confirmation for me to go all in on this setup, right? There's an inducement zone here. There's an inducement rather here, which is this. Of course, this was the inducement, this bullish movement. This, look at it, price did like this. Price created this other block, went this way, right? Came all the way down here, right? Created a bullish move which is an inducement, right? Of course, this moves, a lot of retail traders would have taken this buy, right? They would have taken this buy to push this price up, to this point, okay? Now, at this point in time, what happens? Price came down. Price came all the way down to sweep all available liquidities below this, what's it called, this swing level or this inducement zone. Okay, price swept all available liquidity, then tap into, the 50% range of our order block zone. If you look at my order block tool, you would see that I often, let me zoom in so you can see the line I'm talking about. Okay, let me zoom in. Please pay attention to this. That is how I mark my order block zone. Okay, you can see there's a tiny line, that marks the 50% level of my order block zone. Again, there is a tiny line here. If you look at it closely, I think this is clear enough for anyone to see. There's a line here. Look at it. It marks the 50% level of my order block zone. Please pay attention to this. I have not been mentioning this because it's one of my, premium value. Okay, so price often, most time, if you look at my trade, if you go to my YouTube shorts, you will see that I flip accounts, right? I do aggressive trading, right? And I stack positions within my other block zones, right? Most especially at the 50%, level, from the 50% level downward. I stack my position within that range, right? Anyways, this is a lesson for another day. I don't want to bring that to this. This is order block basically. This is order block basically. I won't go into details on that. Those are premium values. All right, so this is the order block zone, and immediately price tapped into the order block, of course. On the formation of this bullish candle, we took our entry and price went straight to our TP, right? So you can see, again, this inducement I got here was a very strong confirmation for me to go all in on this setup. When price came back here to sweep the available liquidity that led to this inducement, the buyers who pushed this, who triggered this inducement, price came, swept the available liquidity below that, what's it called, swing level, and boom, you can see ever since after that sweep, we've been on this bullish run, right? So that is that for this. Again, like I said, there are other blocks we're able to identify within this bullish run that we took our trades on, but I won't be able to go. I won't be able to do a recap on those because I think this was one of them, this particular order block here. Again, if you look at it, it met all of the criteria of a valid order block zone, and we took this entry as well, and we made a good profit of it. So let me just mark that out briefly so you can have a picture of what I'm trying to say. This is it. This is the man order block zone. Man order block zone. Of course, as you can see, we have a very, tiny fair value gap here, which is this guy. Okay, and price tapped into the zone. Of course, did not invalidate the zone because, of course, price didn't go below this swing low. The origin, which is this, that led to this break of structure. This is a break of structure, right? This break of structure, right? So the origin that led to it, the swing level of that origin, which is this, like the swing low in this case, price didn't go below it because, of course, our SL is meant to be below that level. So as you can see, even if we are taking our entry here or at the 50 percent level of my order block zone, our SL would be somewhere around here, right? So that's where our SL is, somewhere around there. And of course, we target the next swing level or the next resistance or supply level, which is this, and that's a fantastic 3.3 R. Okay, and that is it. Price went straight and smashed our TP, and that's it basically. So with this out of the way, I think we should head to today's market analysis and see what gold has in stock for us. Before we proceed, I just want to be sure I am not alone. Please kindly indicate if you're with me on this with a 1 in the chat. Kindly indicate with a 1 in the chat. Are we together or separated? Kindly indicate with a 1 in the chat. Are we together or separated? Please engage with the live session. Oh, great. Thank you. Engage with the live session. If you're yet to engage, smash the like button. Good. Smash the like button. If you're yet to hit the like button, please do so. Okay. All right. I hope we are learning. I hope we are learning. I hope we are learning. I hope we are learning something new. Please take out time to rewatch the the recap I did on our last trade. Okay. There are loads of values there. Okay. All right. So let's head to today's market analysis session. Smash the like button if you're here to do so. Thank you. All right. So let's head to today's market analysis session. So I'm going to clear this chart completely. I'll take these whole drawings out. So we have a very clean and fresh, chart. So let's head to the daily time frame. You all know how we do this already. It's basic, right? Very, very simple process. Okay, so first and foremost, obviously the market has been in a bullish run. So let's start marking out our order block zones from the daily time frame. And the first one I can see here You know the process, right? You first and foremost you identify the most recent market structure or the most recent break of structure or the most recent market shift. In my case, this is the most recent break of structure, right? Then where is the origin or the zone that led to the break of structure? This is it. This is it. We mark it out as our demand order block zone, right? This is on the daily time frame, and here we have our FVG or FVG. Here's our FVG, the gap between the pivot candle and the candle after the momentum candle. This is our FVG. Okay. This is our FVG. All right, cool. This FVG. All right, so having identified our zone on the daily time frame, we'll drop down to the 4H time frame to further refine the zone. Okay, and also identify other zones on the 4H time frame. So dropping down to 4H, we can further refine this zone to this candle, right? And push this guy up here to this so that we have this like this, right? So this is 4H, and our fair value gap goes here. There's a fair value gap right here. Fair value gap, fair value gap. All right. So let's, refine our order block to look more, beautiful. This. Let's make it look more attractive, more sexy. All right, cool. So this is it. Now on the 4H time frame, we have this order block. But again, I can identify or I can see a new order block here, which again would mark out this. Let me take out this line. I don't need this. Yes. All right, so we have this order block here. Push the line a little. Okay, so this is our break of structure. This is our break of structure. And of course, this is our fair value gap. This is our fair value gap. So let's mark this as FVG. Okay, so we have this, right? I can also see another order block zone here, which is this guy, right? Let's mark it out again. Also, sorry, this should be a demand order block zone. All right, so all of this, of course, is our FVG. This is our FVG. Just put it there as FVG. So we have this is FVG. Okay, good. Now, this is not enough, right? We need to drop down to 2H to further refine the zone and identify other new zones. Okay, so we can refine this further to this. Let's bring this guy, let's minimize this a little. And this, let's push it a little. So this is this. And for this, it's cool. So this, let's bring it to this candle. And our FVG would go to this candle, right? And we have this guy right here. So, yes. All right, so this is our FVG. This, we can refine it further to this candle. This part, very candle, this one. Okay. All right. And our FVG would be this. Now heavy drill would be this. All right, so now we have our FVG. So let's head to, all right, so we've been able to identify the following zones on the 2H time frame. This zone, let me mark it out. Possibly there might be an FVG by the time we drill down to the lower time frame, but on the 2H, it does not really meet the criteria for a valid order block. It's more of a demand zone than an order block zone. All right, but then let me just mark this out. 1H, 30 minutes. If it still does not align, I'll take it off. Right, so that's it. Okay. For now, these are the zones I can see. Okay, so let's further refine the zone. Let's drop down to 1H. So on the 1H time frame, we have, okay, this zone still aligns with that of 2H. This zone, let me minimize it a little, good. And this, bring it closer. Okay, for FVG, we'll minimize it a little. Okay, so this is our FVG on the 4H, sorry, on the 1H time frame, and this is our order block zone. Okay, good. Now for this, okay, still doesn't have an FVG. Still watching. Please, if you have questions, please drop it in the chat. Drop all questions in the chat. I'll read through the chat and attend to all questions. You can drop it in the comments after this session, or you can drop it right here in the chat so I can attend to it immediately. Please, if you have questions, drop it in the chat. I can see someone dropping a message here. Please drop all questions in the chat, please. I'll attend to them. All right, so we have this. So for this, we can refine this to this red candle here. To this one. Yes, good. Our FVG will be right here. Okay. Push it forward a little. All right, so this is our FVG. So we have, all right, so like I said, now this is our order block for this zone. So let's refine this further to this. This is our order block. Yes, on the 1H time frame. This is our order block. Although price has tapped into it, again, like I said, if there's no FVG by the time we drill down to lower time frame, I'll discard it. But for now, let's leave it as it is. Okay. All right, so let's drill down further. Let me see the values here. Oh, we missed this guy. This would have been a good. Well, let's mark it. It's possibly there is going to be a gap on the lower time frame, which we can, let's mark this out. Let's mark this out. Let's mark this out. Again, if there's no gap, by the time I drill down to the last time frame, which is 5-minute time frame, I'll take it out. This and this, they do not meet the criteria yet of a valid order block zone. But again, I'm just putting them out because from experience, by the time you drill down to 10 to 30, 15, 5-minute time frame, you would see that they are actually a valid order block zones. Okay, so please take notes. I'll take them out if they still do not meet the criteria of a valid order block zone by the time we drill down to our entry time frame, which is 5 minutes. All right, so let's move on. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame to further refine our zone. So on the 30-minute time frame, okay, Let's continue. The 30-minute time frame, we still have this guy right here, this guy, and this. Let's put it here like this, and it looks a little bit attractive. All right, so we have another block here. I'm only interested in recent structures. Okay, this I'll minimize this. I'll minimize this. I'm only interested in recent structure, so we can at least, print some dollars like right away. Okay, so so let's still leave this as it is right here. Let's okay. So I'm just trying to refine the zone. Just trying to refine the zone. Let's push this guy. Let's minimize it a little. So we have this. All right, so this is what I have on the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, and on the 15 minutes, let's see what we have there. So on the 15 minutes, you can see, drill down further to this. This is our order block zone. Price has already mitigated this order block zone on the 5 minutes, on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, we missed it. We missed it. We missed it. Although I took this trade before this session. I entered this trade before the live. Okay, I think I closed it with about I closed it with about, I think, $200 on profits, because I don't want to hold the trade because I'm still expecting a pullback to this extreme zone. This is the zone I am more interested in. Let's mark it out. The 15 minutes order block zone, this particular zone. So I'm still anticipating price to pull back to this zone, and then I will take my main entry. Take my main entry right here. So this is it. Good. This is the zone. So all of this can just be some sort of liquidity area for price, to sweep available liquidity, then tap into this extreme order block zone, and we experience a more, massive and bullish move to the upside. So let's mark the zone, and this is our FVG. This is our FVG. And get this close, and okay. Let's see if we can refine other zones further. Okay, so this zone we can refine this zone further to this candle, right? Then we push this up right here. Okay, so yes, and our FVG, we can pull this guy down a little more. So we have this and this. Perfect. So this is our FVG. This guy, let's pull this guy down here a little. Great, 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 great. Okay, minimize this. This is just adding beauty to your chart, nothing more. Just trying to make the whole thing, looks, professional, nothing more. All right. So we have this. Don't forget this zone does not meet the, is not a vital, is the other block has been mitigated. But then I'm hoping that on the 5H time frame, there will be a fair value gap there so we can still mark it out as a zone. Okay. I think let's move it to this. I can see a zone here now. This is a zone. Just mark this guy out. This is a zone. Let's have it there instead. Okay. All right. So we have this. I'm going to minimize. Okay, let's refine this further to this. Yes. Now FVG goes here and this comes here. Okay. So we have this and this. Perfect. So, but then I'm going to minimize this because I don't think price is coming down here anytime soon. Okay. Let's just minimize this. Let's keep it there for reference purpose. Okay. So this is the most recent structure that we are anticipating price to get to, so we can at least print some dollars. All right. So we have this. It has been mitigated though, but it's not until we get to 5M time frame to see if there's a fair value gap there, which price might want to fill. Okay, so we have this. There is a zone here, but instead I'm not going to mark this. I would rather extend my SL for this to this, right? There's a zone there. There's a zone. This, right? So we can push this here and demand order block zone. Okay. All right. So that is it. That is it. FVG for this zone. We have an FVG right here. Okay, FVG. All right, great. Okay. Please kindly put all questions in the chat, please. Kindly put all questions in the chat, please. Yes, of course. There's possibility of market retesting the key, what's it called, area of interest. The other block zones we identified on Monday. Yes, there is high probability of price getting there. But like I said, gold has been bullish. It has been, all bullish run. You get it? So how soon price might go back there to, to retest the zone is what I cannot guarantee. So you don't have to worry about that. Worry about the current market structure, worry about the current market structure and, work with that. You get it? Okay, so back to our charts. Okay, so we've been able to identify the 15 minutes other block zones. This has been mitigated already, no issues. We still have this one unmitigated, this unmitigated, and all right. So we're anticipating price to get to this zone. This is the zone I'm paying a more closer attention to for today at least. If price would pull back, it should pull back to this zone. Its price would most likely react at this zone. If it eventually gets to this zone today, it will most likely react at this zone. So you want to leverage on that to make some money for yourself. At least from this zone to the next supply zone, you can take a profit at the next supply zone. Okay, so let's continue. Let's go to our entry time frame, which is the 5 minutes time frame. So we can take one pair and call it a day. Time is almost fast spent. So on the 5 minute time frame, let's see for the refinement. Yeah, we have this, which of course has been mitigated. Like I told you, I took this trade before the live session and I closed it with It's not my main zone, so I just took I played with about $200 profit. So just a quick one, like I said, and not the main zone I'm targeting. This is the main zone I'm waiting for price to mitigate, so I can at least go all in with my normal risk management. Okay, so I'm waiting for price to come right here so we can take our entries. So this has been used already, it has been mitigated. I'll leave it there for reference. I'll leave it there for reference. But then this is what we are looking at. Let's refine further. So this is our FVG. Of course, this is our order block. It aligns with that of the 5 minutes, sorry, the 15-minute time frame. So that is it. And this is our, let's refine this guy further to this. Okay, so we have this. Good. And let's minimize this a little more. So they are all aligned, right? So nothing more, just for beauty and professionalism. So, so we can refine it further to this candle. Yeah. All right. So we have this. We have this. We have this, and we have this. Okay. Now for this, we can refine this zone further to. This has been mitigated. This one has been mitigated. Let me take it back to this. It has been mitigated. We can do this. So this one has been mitigated on the 5M. So let's leave it at this. So this, let's refine it to this. Okay, so this is fine. This is fine. All right, so this is so we're able to mark out our order block zones where price would most likely, react and give us a bullish movement. That's what we're anticipating. However, don't forget to always mark out your resistance level, the most recent high. Okay, that is where you will be targeting for your TP. Okay, so you want to target for your TP, take profit level. Okay, that is if price eventually gets to this zone, I'll be targeting this level or the next supply zone, depending on price action, as my TP. Okay, because we're anticipating that gold is going to hit 5K this week or next. Okay, gold is going to hit 5K. All right, so okay. Now, after drawing or marking out your zones, the next thing you want to do is you wait patiently for price to get to your zone, give you some sort of rejections at that zone. Look at this. For example, like I told you guys, I have two entry model. I have the risk entry model. I have the confirmation entry model. Now, for my confirmation entry model, I have two confirmations I use, right? I even have more than two, but then I'll only be disclosing, two right here on this call. Okay, for risk entry is simple. Just place a pending order on your zone. When price gets to the zone, the brokers automatically trigger the order for you, right? And tap you into the trade, and that is it. As simple as just, as simple as that. But for confirmation entry, you can either do this, something like this. Now, let's assume we are taking this trade, right? Following confirmation entry. Let's say price tap into your zone. This again is confirmation entry. Let's say price tap into your zone. You won't enter the trade just yet. You wait for price to react at the zone, right? And give you probably a bullish movement like this. Okay. Pull back. Okay. Go again all the way up to take out this level. causing a what we call a market shift. Now, where I go to identify or to look for a possible market shift is on the 3 minute time frame. I go to the 3 minute time frame to identify a market shift. This same structure I'm drawing, you go to 3 minute time frame, you identify this structure, price tapping into your zone, giving you a bullish move in the case of a bullish trend like this, or a buy or a demand order block zone like this. You look for a bullish. If the supply order block zone, of course, a bearish what's it called move. So gives you a bullish move like this, right? Then you wait for a pullback. Then you wait for price to take out this last what's it called level that was created, last swing level that was created. When price takes this out, this zone that caused this break or this market shift, or of course the internal market shift, this is an internal structure, right? You wait for this zone, you marked it out like this, wait for price to come back and tap the order block in that zone that caused this shift. Once price tap into it, boom, you can take your entry and target the next supply level, which is this in our case. The next supply level will be this, right? This particular level, this level, this is our supply zone. This is our supply zone, or you call it your supply order block zone, because of course this is an order block. Okay, but then for this I used this as it to indicate supply zone, right? So this is where you want to take your profit after you've identified a market shift on the 3 minute time frame and sometimes on the 1 minute time frame. Okay, that is a confirmation entry. And some other persons, depending on the zone you are taking your entry, you might want to, if you want to use confirmation entry for extreme zones like this, you may not necessarily have to wait for a market shift on the 3 minute time frame. You can wait for a market shift on the 5 minute time frame itself. Okay, right? So, all this, what time frame you check for your market shift would determine how early you could get into the trade, or how much you could catch a sniper, entry that could give you a very lean, SL, a very small SL, because that's the goal. You want to risk little and make, more. That is the goal. All right, so that is for the confirmation entry using market shifts, right? I'll delete this. Look at my second entry model. A second entry model, it's simple, and I mean you're looking right at it on the screen, which is this, rejection candles like this guy, and this is what I looked at before I took this trade prior to this live session. The rejection candles I got here, gave me a reason to take this trade. And aside that, I told you about the inducement, right? It was an inducement zone, which price, came and took available liquidity. And that also gave me stronger confirmation to, take the trade. So that is the second confirmation entry, the rejection. Once I get rejections on the 5 minute time frame or 3 minute time frame, when I see a couple of rejections like this, look at it, price rejecting at the zone. Again, please take note of this. You can see how price is rejecting at the zone a couple of times, look at it. These are a couple of rejections telling you that, hey guy, buyers are interested in these zones, there's an opportunity for you to tap in and, push price. Then I exited the trade before this live. I exited at this supply zone because I knew beforehand that price is going to react to this supply zone, and exactly that is what price is doing. As you can see, price is reacting to this zone, giving us a pullback, and this pullback might come all the way to this. This pullback might go all the way to this level to retest this, right, before continuing to this supply zone. This supply zone might then push price all the way to sweep available liquidity below this swing level, right? Then tap into this order block and boom, probably take out this what's it called? This level. The price can come all the way here to take out this what's it called? this high. Okay, so this is what we are anticipating. I think I've been able to explain the risk entry that I use and also the confirmation entry that I use, as well as the two confirmation entries that I use, the rejections, the market shift on 3M time frame, and of course the risk entry. So whichever entry model you want to use, please stick to it, right? That is it for today. Okay, that is it for today. So please stay active on the Free Signal Telegram channel, and as well for my students who are on the private and WhatsApp group, stay active there as well. We know how active we are on that WhatsApp group. Constantly we're giving it up and updates, and you know even fundamentals. You know, so it's something we are committed and devoted to. And on the Free Signal channel, stay active. I'll be sharing this setup as well as their coordinates, so you can monitor the trades. Just in case I missed it, you can monitor the trade and take your entries based on what I've explained. And also, of course, I'll be on the chart too, monitoring when price gets to these levels. As I'm taking the trade, I'm sharing the signals there as well for you guys, so you can take the trade as well. All right, so um, think I think that wraps it up for today. Again, today's key lesson is simple, very simple. Market structure, key order block zones, then your entry levels, your entries, right, which I've explained in details. Please, if this session added value to you, don't forget to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our live sessions. So we'll be back on Monday, 9 o'clock a.m. West African time. So until then, guys, be straight smart and always protect your capital. Okay? See you in the next section. Peace out, guys. Peace out.